So, Hasan, enter the war zone with me. Welcome to the war zone, everyone. Thank you, Zach. We are here in the war zone. We need war zone. Okay, all right. So we watched this clip. Hasan has a history of threatening sitting officials. For one, this Tim Cotton one. Tom Cotton.
Close enough.
What's funny is that Tom Cotton is like racist, right?
He is.
I think Cotton is like specifically a very racist last name.
Yes. Right.
It just invokes.
It invokes certain history. Yes,
bad vibe.
Certainly bad vibe.
I just find it interesting. But anyway, regardless of how much this guy is a fucking weasel, I am against violence against our. I'm against violence. I'm against political violence. So when Tom Cotton tweeted out something he didn't like, Hasan said he posted this gun, which is a replica of the one that was used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Here's the schematics. An invitation, presumably, for one of his audience to go and kill Tom Cotton. But so nothing happened. He didn't get punished for that.
Well, that was on Twitter, which is just a free for all.
That's true. That was on Twitter. So it happened again on Twitch, where he is just loving. He's just loving. He's just feeling himself. Here, take a listen.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
It's so shocking that it's almost like he just moves right along. And also, he so didn't have to say that to make his point. He just really was like, if you don't like Medicaid fraud, then you have to kill Rick Scott.
If he had simply said, go after Rick Scott or something like that.
Lock him up.
Or, yeah, right.
Arrest Rick Scott. Arrest Rick Scott.
Sure, right.
But this isn't even the first time, right? So giving him any kind of grace is kind of out the window at this point. And I mean, considering that he is a fanboy for violent terrorism, it certainly fits the bill. So yeah, I talked about this. I didn't expect anything to happen from it. But
you said you talked?
I think we showed this, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we never did? Okay.
I don't think so.
So here it is. One more time, guys.
There's about $50 billion estimated.
Oh, here, someone said, here's the longer one for the context. That's good, because that's his thing. He always cries about context. Let's see under what context. He said, kill Rick Scott.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
That fraud is not coming from individuals. It's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't.
It's just so bananas.
Make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't make him the current. What is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard Lynn Scott is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the fucking head of the, what was it, the Senate committee or something?
He's rambling, bro. Who can listen to this shit? Anyway, he's probably right about the Medicare fraud and stuff, but I don't want to kill anybody.
Well, I think that is part of Rick Scott's lore.
I didn't actually know that. That's incredible. He did a fucking
1.7 billion Medicare fraud controversy, Rick Scott.
That's a lot of clams.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But if the crime is already committed, killing him's not going to help, right? It's too late.
During his tenure as chief executive, the company, what company was he talking about? Some company that he was running? He co-founded the Columbia Hospital Corporation. Columbia later merged with another corporation to form Columbia HCA, which eventually became the nation's largest for-profit healthcare company. Scott was pressured to resign as chief executive of the company in 1997. During his tenure as chief executive, the company defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal programs. The U.S. Department of Justice won 14 felony convictions against the company, which was fined $1.7 billion. That's actually just what they were fined.
If they were only fined $1.7 billion, that's not even close to how much they took, though. They're accused of stealing $150 billion? How's that possible? $150 billion?
Well, I mean, this is apparently the largest for-profit hospital network in the country. It's a lot of cash moving through that industry. A lot of cash.
Well, like I said, if that was going to be your strategy, it's too late. You know, the crime already happened, right?
This did happen in the mid-90s.
Oh, that's like ancient history. Okay.
Right.
We're over that. Yeah, he did a little fucking tax fraud, $150 billion, which was probably in the 90s worth, I don't know, $500 billion. Who's counting?
Yeah, no, Rick Scott, not a great guy. I think that's fair to say. Not a great guy.
So, anywho, and it's like, yes, these people are bad and they should be punished adequately, but it's more speaking to the ethos, the culture that exists in Hasan's community they're very violent and they want violence. They wish for violence. You saw the same thing. I showed a montage and the content nuke of like every big prominent leftist streamer saying somebody needs to kill Destiny. The only one was punished was Mike from PA, who said, if anybody's in Florida, I've got $100,000 for you. Talking about Destiny. And that was for 3 days.
You think Mike from PA has $100,000 laying around?
I don't know.
How was he planning on?
Probably. He probably
I think
does.
he's
You think so?
probably pretty low.
I mean, every time I look, he has between 7,000 and 8,000 paying members, which is pretty disturbing, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think if it comes to killing Destiny, he will crowdfund.
He would crowdfund it.
Yeah, I mean, he
Perhaps.
must make like $30K a month, probably, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, I'd say at least.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Damn.
It is
Okay.
scary. I mean, socialism pays pretty good, man.
Hell yeah.
On Twitch, that shit's fucking fire.
Damn.
So that's what's happening. Hasan, of course. Now, of course, people are going to say, oh, you said that you should B-word the NRA, which
You
is
did.
true.
You did.
Yeah,
say
I don't
that,
know.
Let's pull
Which
mine.
was also a bad move.
Let's compare
Let's
what
be
I
real.
did to what Hasan did, just to be fair, right?
I was wondering.
Wait. We disavow this podcast.
Yeah, that's fair. And I agree with that. I disavow.
Saw there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Somebody should bomb that.
Beep, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. All right.
Curb music.
Okay,
don't.
I'll roll that back.
Which I immediately was like, that was bad.
So I didn't realize what I said. I was like,
I know.
I felt like I was being silly. I was being joking, but I was like, oh wait, that's neither of those things. So I immediately took it back. I don't think I ever complained about this suspension. I think was like, yeah, it makes sense. It's fine that I got banned for that one. The Ben Shapiro one, I'll always say was dumb as fuck.
Right. I mean, to say that you didn't complain, I mean, let's be real. Complaining is what you do.
I don't think
So-
so. I think I was like,
No,
I
but-
get it.
But I think your
I think
complaint.
I got it. And
I think your complaint mostly was the hypocrisy and this is where there is an interesting parallel here, in my opinion, because it was, you said that got clipped, and
Before the episode was over, I was getting annihilated.
right, it was
And we
immediately
were
all
already
over.
like, all right, we're taking a break here, guys.
It was all over right-wing Twitter specifically, and I think your complaint was that, especially at the time, frankly, I think they've kind of walked back from the whole free speech warrior thing. You don't hear the right. I mean, I guess JD Vance still is like,
They try
we
it.
believe in free speech or whatever, but it's so clear that they don't, that I feel like they don't push it as much. But at the time, they were like, we are the party of free speech, yada, yada, yada. And then they were jumping down your throat for saying that. And so I believe that you did complain about
was a
the hypocrisy of those
But
people.
also, I was immediately punished, which I accept. Hasan will not ever accept accountability, and he doesn't pull it back ever. He just goes on like, yeah, no, kill this guy. Again, what I did was dumb, but I think in Hasan's case, there's a trend, there's a pattern. And it's not only exhibited by him, it's exhibited by his community as well, which makes,
If anything, it actually tells that Twitch moderation is looking into Hasan, and they saw all the previous shit that he has done before, and they were okay with it. And now, once he said this one particular thing, he's banned.
Well, it took him a week. I
Yeah,
think it was
took
just
them a
only
week.
for backlash.
But Hasan is on the radar. They know that this is happening. Like, until it was astroturfed to the right-wing Mediasphere, I don't know, like Asmongold covered it. They decided to ban
Yeah,
him.
they've been super aware of it.
Yeah.
But it took them a week. A week.
Wait, what did it?
I don't think it was a week. I think it happened on Friday or Saturday that he said that.
Do a fact check
This
that.
is from February 28th, which I believe was last Friday.
Yeah, I think it happened right before Friday's
Yeah, so
podcast.
it was
Wait,
over the
28,
weekend.
Hold on. Is February one of the short ones? Yeah.
And then I had a hard time the rest of the weekend.
What's that?
I feel like, I don't know why, I felt like I saw it longer ago.
Long weekend,
It was a long weekend, my dude. I mean, this was.
I
this
could go
was
for a long
posted,
weekend. You know what I mean? Maybe I should start doing death threats again.
No. No,
Week
you
off?
couldn't. No.
We've been on a good run.
We've been on a good run. Nope. In fact, that was the origin of the button. Maybe it was the Ben,
it was after the last one.
it was the Ben Shapiro one.
It was one or the other. I don't
What-
know.
I mean, these
Friend.
happened pretty close in time to each other, to be honest. Yeah. No, I mean,
Here's the song crying, shitting, and pissing about it. Let me pull this up. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, come on. No. Thank you.
no,
Good
that wasn't time
transition.
for that.
He goes, I'm sorry. I'll choose my words carefully next time and say, if Mike Johnson cares about Medicare fraud, he'd call for max punishment for the current Florida GOP senator. Yeah, nobody would fucking have a problem with that, obviously. That's like completely fine. This is what Hasan does. He goes, what's the big difference? Sorry, I didn't just say criminally punish him instead of kill him.
Right. If he had said
Big
that,
whoop.
if he had said that, then there would be no.
Nobody
issue.
would have cared.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be.
He said this.
maybe he should get a
Big
button.
whoop.
Unironically, maybe he should get a button.
I think everyone could benefit from a button personally.
real.
Rick Scott tries to, yeah, I mean, of course, it turns out he just because Rick Scott is a douchebag piece of shit, it doesn't mean that you get to fucking do death threats against elected officials every time you want, like all the time. And your fucking community, there's a bunch of violent freaks, dude. And why the hell does anyone let him get away with his fucking avatar being this picture? It is so gross and cringe. Why are we allowing
James
this?
Charles disagrees. That's all.
Wow,
I need to say
sister
about that.
snapped.
Hassan, fucking hell.
Let it slide, please.
Hassan Piker, Twitter.
No, James, stop.
Ooh, sorry, babe.
Why are we allowing this? And by the way, he's wearing a Rolex hat. If it couldn't be more obnoxious. Once again, I love Rolex. I
Yeah, I
wear
was
Rolex.
gonna say you love Rolex.
I know, but he is all about hyper capitalism.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And why is this? Why do we allow this? This should be illegal. This is fucking cringe.
Sister.
You think it
This
should be
is
illegal?
levels of cringe.
okay.
Am I the only one?
I'm
There
an
is-
advocate for free cringe. Personally.
There is an article about it says like Hasan knows that you like when he shows you his armpits. There's like a whole article somewhere about
Dude,
it. I will
it
send
is so vile. The people that simp for Hasan who are like, he's hot, whatever, it's the most pathetic. It's so pathetic. Like, holy shit, dude. You have to be, even if you think it's hot, it's so embarrassing. It's so cringe, guys. Please, I'm gonna fucking die. Just me? Just me?
I don't know.
For me, this is the equivalent of hot tub streaming for politics because he knows that that's a kink and he's referring to it like that. The link that I sent, that's actually referring that he knows, he admitted that he knows his fans want to see his armpits. That's it. That's the article. But that's what he does. And I heard him talk about it so many times on the Fear and podcast, wherever Austin would call him out for it, like, why do you do that? And he's just like baiting people to love him.
It's disgusting.
With weird James Charles stuff.
He is very manipulative with his audience. He's very tactical with the things he says and does. So he appears this way. I'm surprised by your guys' silence on this issue.
on the cringe issue?
I give you guys a pass when it comes to Hasan, but I got to throw the gauntlet down on this one.
What do you want me to... Yeah, I mean, it's a little cringe. I think he's probably being ironic.
Oh, ironic.
Yeah.
That's where my question is.
Ironic. Ironic.
It might be irony.
It's not ironic. He's doing it. It's not like I'm ironically going to kill someone. No,
yeah,
well,
that's exactly what he was saying. Like, oh, sorry, I ironically like...
It's not ironic when this is your actual avatar for fucking... If he just did it for a picture as a gag, that'd be one thing. This has been his avatar for like a year.
People are asking for a poll. What should the poll be?
This is unforgivable cringe. He should have no audience.
I got more of a problem with the hat. I feel like it's stolen valor, dude.
As a Rolex owner yourself?
Capitalists wear their That's capitalist merch.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
Is Hasan's Twitter profile picture cringe? Is that the question?
Maybe that's the Miralax and Hot Wings. But I feel nauseous.
You feel nauseous?
I think it's probably the Miralax.
Oh, it's probably the Hot Wings. I need to listen. I have too much anxiety about making polls. I'm so bad. I'm so fucking bad at it. I need your help.
Armpit hair.
Is Hasan's Twitter profile picture cringe? Is that a good?
No. That's what you got.
Yes or no?
Don't lose your confidence.
I'm trying my best.
No, that's fine. That's a good one. I gotta close it.
Should there be a third option of yes, but it's not a big deal?
Just say don't care.
Don't care. There you go. Don't care.
No strong feelings.
Don't care.
That's how I feel. I have no strong feelings.
That is utterly insane.
I don't know.
This is unbelievable.
I'm starting the poll.
To me, it's unforgivable. It's so ridiculous. All right, let's see the poll. I can't believe it.
Oh, I love the results.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty overwhelming.
I'm not getting it on my fucking feed yet.
80.
Well, good. You can't poison the well with your vote. We don't know how you're going to vote yet.
People already know my passionate support. Oh, man. People always say, where's the poll? I'm getting that now. Here it is. Come on, YouTube. Get your shit together. Now it's just showing a blue rectangle. Oh, come on, YouTube. You're dropping the ball.
I sent a screenshot in the Discord.
Okay, here it is. Let's see.
I like Sean's news.
Thank you. That's why I feel like when I sit in here, I am constantly gaslit by you guys.
By us?
80% in the audience acknowledge that this is unforgivable cringe. And I got Nate back there saying I got no problem. Dan back here being like, it's a little
I said have
cringe.
no opinion. I feel nothing when I see it. That's it.
Socialism is when no armpit,
Exactly.
True.
For sure.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, thank you guys. I feel so fucking...
You feel validated?
I think he's hot. What can I say?
At least say that.
I just did.
You did.
I
You're
just
laying
did.
it out.
Should we nuke Israel?
What?
No.
Where do we go?
No.
Okay, well
See,
then.
You tried to trip him up with that?
I was just trying to see
Dan,
how
you almost
deep into
got
the
me, bro.
Hasan poll you were.
Wait.
I almost slipped up.
Wait.
Tested you.
Wait.
I support genocide.
No, he doesn't.
First of all-
he's been clip chipped. He's been clip chipped.
That's just very appropriate soundbite.
Sure, yeah, it's
Terrible.
perfect.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
perfect.
appropriate.
But for the record, you do not support Jenna.
Jenna.
I
No,
support
no,
genocide.
I hate Jenna. She ruined my life.
Wait, Jenna? Or Jenna?
Genocide?
Right. I got where you're going.
I wasn't siding with her.
We don't side with genocide. Okay, thank
See,
you.
there is some people expressing. See, I feel like I'm in the third category where, like, yeah, it's cringe, but I also don't feel nearly as strongly about you.
Hey, you
about
don't
it.
have to justify it anymore. They're on with me, man. You're wrong. You see gold and white.
Well,
That's
just
who you
because 77% of the audience agrees with you doesn't mean I'm wrong necessarily.
It means you are.
It's a matter of opinion. Cringe is an opinion. It's a state of mind.
Not in this case. That's the thing. That's why I'm getting so upset.
state
In
of
this
mind.
case, it's not. It's not.
Ela just donated, your wife, Ela just donated $10 and said, unforgivable cringe / gay bait.
That's kind of that, right? Why do people always yell at me for all this shit? Like, is that not?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there are probably a lot of girls who like armpits as well. I don't know.
Yeah,
in
I mean, it
Hasan's
doesn't have to
community.
be just. Yeah.
But Austin was calling him out for specifically baiting gay people.
Thank you. That is, it is, man. And nobody cares. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I get yelled at when I don't gay bait for doing like, I forget what I did, but something like way less serious than this.
When'd you gay bait?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you remember me gay baiting?
You do say that you're 15% gay.
That's not.
But maybe that's not. That's just.
That's not enough
That's
to
just
sleep
true.
with a guy.
That's a fact.
Listen,
That's
guys,
just
you
a
don't
fact, yeah.
listen, guys.
10%
Right,
gay.
yeah.
You got no chance with me.
Right. Right.
You know what would be the best way for me to hook up a dude?
No, how?
15%. I can't. It's too gross. I can't say it. I can't even.
No,
say it.
if you are having doubts, then
It's-
definitely keep it to yourself.
Oh, and you run it.
Whoa. Was that RFK?
That was, yeah.
Unintelligible.
So he got banned.
Ela says Dan has never been more wrong.
Yeah,
okay, fair
yeah,
enough. Fair
Dan.
enough. I mean,
Hey,
I am feeling that way with
you're-
this poll result.
You're running
I'll admit.
defense for big armpit.
I'm just, let's talk about the real issues.
Yeah,
The political and economic state of the world is Jaden.
Exactly.
I'm Jaden Smith Bill.
Let's not show our armpits. Let's
God,
talk
like-
about political issues. That's what
Can we
we're
talk
talking
about,
about.
like, the political and economic state of the world?
There you go.
He-
That's how I feel.
He's the one that created this environment.
Can we talk about what's going on with?
That's
the
why
environment?
his should just be like, I'm a serious guy doing serious political commentary. Why you got to lead with armpit hair?
Like
That's where this goes. That's
like,
how
imagine
serious he
being
takes
like
this.
that and like claiming that you're doing journalism and you're like helping everyone for 10 years advocating for Palestine like this
No.
for a year on your profile
No.
pic.
No.
It's just cringe.
Thank you, girl. I see you and I hear you. Oh, we're gonna get hummus tonight.
Oh, it's 4:06. We're 6 minutes over. Ethan,
stop.
That means we start.
You're the
later
one who
next
said
episode.
There you go. There's the closing music.
Tim, so apparently this was going viral on Twitter, conservative Twitter, which is what I've been waiting for. Not even with this, but like with all the terrorist shit that his son's been doing, with his previous one with Tom Cotton. I feel like nobody gives a fuck. Ben Shapiro, for example, who I feel like this is tailor-made culture war shit, had never brought up the Israel ban, the Twitch Israel ban. How is that possible?
It was during a weekend.
That's
so
it?
He was busy.
Maybe they didn't want to support you.
It could be. It could
You
be.
confused them all.
But they don't even have to mention me, because if it's like Twitch blocked Israel, I don't know. I'm surprised that they haven't been there, but Tim Pool's on. By the way, he said, big shout out to the right-wing free speech lovers. Bro, free speech doesn't mean saying to kill people. That's like explicitly the one thing you can't do in free speech.
Right.
You can't incite violence, my friend. That's not free speech. Why are you so dumb? Now you sound like one of them. When you did obviously wrong and you start crying free speech. You're actually doing the right-wing grift thing right now, dude. Just say you were wrong and move on, armpit boy.